Hi guys, we love you. Just a little information um, about the prison in Wisconsin, up in Voltage, Columbia um, County. Um, this prison uh, has been in lockdown, and this is the longest time this prison has been in lockdown. Don't know what's going on up there, but apparently families are very concerned because there is a restriction on um, visitation. Um, there is people that are not getting phone calls from their family in prison, and this began on January the 14th of this year. And the other day, it had been 8 days they had been on lockdown. So we don't know what's going on in that prison and why they have lockdown. And then some people are saying it's because they're looking for something. They're looking for something and they obviously have not found it. Or there's been some security. Um, Maybe somebody's trying to break out of there. We don't know. But there must be something seriously that's happened. Otherwise, they would not go into lockdown for these many days if something serious has not been going on in that prison. Something's going on. And I don't know if anybody can find out what's going on. Um, we like to know what's going on. Uh, Families are not being informed of whatever the problem is. But they probably had to do a complete search of this prison. So I don't know. You don't hear that very often, lockdown on a prison. So there must have been some security breach. I mean, we don't know. So anyway, guys, um, we don't know when this is going to end, this lockdown, these restrictions. Um, Obviously, it's not just visitation, it's phone calls too. So somebody has done something. Now everybody's suffering. And you know what that means? Uh, People are not going to be happy, are they? They didn't get their phone calls and stuff like that. It will upset somebody. So we have to find out what's going on in this prison. So anyway, we don't know if, you know, CW has been transferred to this prison for confirmation because he was in Waupun, um, up there. So CW was not going to be in that prison for very long. That was just a holding prison. That's to assess him. He would be transferred to another prison, which he could be in Colombia. He could be in Portage. He could be in the same prison. We don't know. But I bet you he's moved out of Dodge. Yeah, Waupun. I bet you he's moved out of there right now, but that's not confirmed. But he was not going to stay there all the time. And really, they didn't know if he was even going to stay in Wisconsin to serve his time. But he probably is going to stay in Wisconsin because now he's in the hands of the system in Wisconsin, and nobody else is going to want him. And Wisconsin would have to pay for him to be transferred because they have like custody of him now. So we'll have to see about that, see what's going on. And like there's other rumors going around where he could be um, have some kind of private lawyer looking into his case. But oh my God, there's always somebody. But as see what's um, cannot do any appeals, but only if some evidence comes up where he didn't get a fair deal and they can prove it. Uh, yeah, he can. It will be very, very hard, maybe impossible, but there's got to be some evidence that he wasn't represented properly and something like that. I really don't know much about it, but um, that is the truth of the matter. Now, a little history about Waupun, um, the name. They made a mistake. See, Waupun was going to be spelled Waupon, and that was what the spelling and the name of Waupun was going to be. So Waupun. So a lot of folks there that named this town, um, that's what they still call that county today is Waupun or Waupun. So they say Waupon and some say Waupun. Um, but everybody knows what you're on about. So they made a mistake in the spelling and they didn't want to correct it. So that's the spelling of Waupun, but it's supposed to be an O and not a U. So there's a little history about the mistake of naming that town. So it stuck. But I know a lot of people in Wisconsin call it Waupun and not Waupun. It we don't really pronounce it Waupun, but it's like Waupun. They could just go Waupun. So anyway, guys, something's going on in the Wisconsin, uh, Columbus County on the Portage prisons. And this prison is a very high security prison, maximum prison, where the deadliest killers go, the meanest of the bunch. So it's a very tough prison, and people are serving life sentences there for worse than Chris Watts did. So if he is actually in this prison where we thought he would be going, um, well, I don't know how he's going to survive. But he's got some personality disorders, Seawarts has. And um, you see, when people knew him as very kind and he could never do nothing like this, well, maybe that's his little secret, you see. Maybe he was always like that. He just didn't show it. A lot of killers don't show their other side. There's a lot of killers out there that you would never thought that they would do such a thing to their family. Um, and they did. Yeah. So he's got another side to him. And it was cracked, wasn't it? He showed his true colors. So, guys, I just thought I'd come on here and just give you a little bit more information. I'm trying to look. I don't know how I can find if he's in that prison or not, for sure. But there's somebody out there that knows, because they're trying to keep things a secret. With the C. Watts case, uh, they want everything to die down because it's still hot. You know, people are still talking about him, and it hasn't died yet down yet. And family do visit the prisons, and that's all there is to it. People make phone calls and they ask about cases, and family talk about it. That's all there is to that. Okay, guys, let's have a discussion, and thanks for stopping by.